Okay, brothers and sisters in Christ, I want to get into this discussion, and I want to share some video clips here because people are saying that I should back my stuff up with facts, and I do. Okay, just do your research on this Obamacare thing. It all is tied into the RFID chip. Okay. So someone said they called a judge, and they're trying to say, so you're trying to tell me that the people that I called and this and that are wrong and you're right? Well, think about it. Do you literally believe Mr. Judge and lawmaker or whatever, lawyer or whatever, is there RFID chips implanted in the Obama healthcare? Oh yes, there is. We're going to implant all of you Americans. Do you literally believe that they're going to go along and say that on the telephone? They're not going to say, yes, that's what we're going to do to all of you. They're not going to go and say that to you. If you think that you're going to call a judge or someone and ask them that question, that they're going to tell you blunt in your face, yes, no. But they do it through the media, they do it through the TV, they do it through their articles because they don't care. But if you're going to call them and ask them, they're not going to say anything. But if you listen to their own speeches, they say exactly what they're going to do. And I want you guys to listen to this speech from Joe Biden, the guy that is with Obama. The guy's actually telling him, what's it called? Yeah. Can a microscopic tag be implanted into a person's body that tracks every movement? There's actual discussions on this. Imagine. There's actual discussions on this. What do you mean there's actual discussions on this? Oh, that means they're talking about it. They're getting it ready. And they talk about the Verichip Corporation, which is a microchip. They're saying this is a class medical device. And yet, what's in the Obamacare? A class medical device. Now, this is all I want to say. My job is not to make anybody believe. You guys can choose not to believe this whatsoever. My job is not to make anybody believe. Do your own research. Don't take my word for nothing. Do your research. Listen to the master plans that are bringing it in. Listen to the international bankers and all that. That this is their goal. This is their plan to have everybody microchip. And that was in one of the Bilderberg documents. By the year 2017, they said they want to have everybody microchipped. And on and on and on and on. But I don't know if they're going to do it by 2017 or not. All that I know is they're bringing in biometrics. Biometrics is the next generation. And then afterwards, because the mark will probably be the RFID chip. Or it'll be some kind of other thing. Maybe it'll be an electronic tattoo mark, a laser mark, a biometric mark. I don't know. The Bible says a mark. Now, a mark can be a digital tattoo mark. It could be a digital enhanced mark. It can be a digital microchip. It can be whatever. Certain prophecies tell us clear as plain that we know what it is. In certain prophecies, we have to wait until they're fulfilled in order to find out what it is. So anyways, like I said, I'm not pushing nothing on anybody because this person was telling me to don't push, and I'm not pushing. I'm just laying the facts. I wrote that down on my status, that it looks like the Obamacare has RFID chip in it. And then this big thing came out. So that's why I'm making this video, because I want people to understand. Now, I'm going to let you hear it from their own mouths and from the media. This is coming out from the media, people. There's nothing secret about this. This is in the media. This is what people need to understand. You say, I don't want to hear this negativity. Well, you need to be informed. Remember, knowledge is power. Remember that. You have to be informed. You cannot afford to be ignorant in the times and hour in which we are living. There's so many things. Think about it. If the Antichrist, think about this, okay? Which book explains the plans of the Antichrist? Well, the book of Revelation, of course. So which book would he not want you to read? Well, he wouldn't want you to read the book of Revelation. Think about it. If the Antichrist is this close to pulling off everything that he's planned, wouldn't he try to keep you from reading the book of Revelation? Exactly. That's why prophecy is declining. So many people are uninformed, not even giving it a second thought. Because right now, there's a push on the globe for every nation to have its citizens numbered with national ID cards, biometric ID cards. So there's going to come a time when it's going to go from the national ID card into the person. Because think about it. They're saying it all in a nice way. Like they show HealthLink, like something so small can be connected. Like people that can't even... I'm going to try to find these links actually. I'm going to try to find these links and show you guys this. But first, I want you guys to listen to this. This is just incredible. This is literally incredible, people. This is what's going on. Because in these microchips, it carries everything. It has a memory of everything. You don't have to worry about a credit card, debit card, money, whatever. But you need a card for your medical thing. But if you just have it on a little tiny microchip that carries all your information, you have it in you, you don't have to worry. Because it just scans you. Just listen to the professionals that are bringing it in. These people are actually fulfilling Bible prophecy. Anybody that understands Bible prophecy will know exactly of where we are right now. We're not going to be here for this. Guaranteed. The Bible is clear. We are not here for this because this is the time during the tribulation period, and this only comes into mandatory at the midpoint of the Great Tribulation. But we see all these things leading up to it. That's why, remember this, future events cast their shadows before them. So I didn't like what that person said to me, saying I better get my facts, I shouldn't be pushing. I'm not pushing anything. I just wrote it down in my status, and then the person came on and started saying all this stuff, so I'm telling her, and she's making a big thing out of it, making it bigger and bigger, and she's getting mad, and she threatened me, oh, I'm gonna delete you, and well, if you want to delete me. I'm not gonna stop. This is what's going on. If it makes you discouraged, don't look at it, don't listen to it. If you want to remain ignorant, remain ignorant. But you cannot afford to be ignorant. You got to be informed of what's going on. Okay, people? If you guys don't like my videos, don't watch my videos. If you don't like what's on my status, don't watch what's on my status. You got that? Don't look at it. But anyways, I'm just going to let you guys listen to this video. I'm going to try to find those other links as well. And isn't it funny? They said by 2017, that's the exact year that the Bilderberg's plan is to have everybody microchip. And yet, what do we have on these commercials? The year is 2017. You're rushed to the hospital. And it goes on talking about a microchip. And yet, that's exactly what was in the Bilderberg meeting in West Virginia back in 2009 or 2008. How coincidentally is that? It's not a coincidence. It's all planned before, ahead of time. But anyways, let's listen to this thing by Joe Biden. And look at this. Can a microscopic tag be implanted into a person's body? This was all planned out, people. This was all planned out ahead of time. This is what they're going for. So this is all I got to say. You guys don't like my videos. You don't like what's on my status on Facebook. If you guys have me as a friend on Facebook, don't look at my statuses from now on, okay? Just don't look at them. I'm not going to remain silent. I'm going to do what God has called me to do, and I'm going to sound the warning until God calls me home or until He comes and returns. I'm not going to remain silent, no matter what happens. Because this is what's going on. People need to be aware. You think this is negativity? It shouldn't even be negativity. Because we're not going to be here for this. This should make you excited, seeing all this stuff happening. Like it says, when you see these things, we're to be looking for the blessed hope. It shows us how close we are to the rapture of the church. The rapture is about to take place. But anyways, I want you guys to listen to this, because I want to try to find that other video. So the first clip I'm going to start off here is Joe Biden, and I'm going to let you listen to the other thing about what's in the HealthCare bill, and then you decide what's in it. This is all that I'm saying. So here's Joe Biden right here. Listen to this guy. This is crazy. Oh yeah, that too. Look at this. They actually have RFID scanners in the Walmart. Look at this right here. Well, you can't see it, but it's like a big thing. They have a square right for the forehead, and on the bottom there's the thing that you scan your hand, which is the right hand. Now, why are those in the Walmart? For decoration? No, they're not. Because they're there because they're planning on using these upon the people. That's what people don't understand. So anyways, my job is not to convince anybody. My job is just to deliver the information, and that is it, and that's all. So here's the video, people, of Joe Biden. Here we go. Okay.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to these consequential decisions, or that we've gone far enough in protecting against government intrusion into our autonomy, into the most personal decisions we make. Judge, that's why this is a critical moment. There are elected officials in this government, such as Mr. DeLay, a fine, honorable, patriotic man, and others, who have been unsuccessful at implementing their agenda in the elected branches. So they've now poured their energies, as the left would if it were different, they've now poured their energies and resources into trying to change the court's view of the Constitution. And now they have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This may look like an RFID chip, but it's actually an ultra-small package UHF RFID tag from Hitachi Chemical. This is the smallest UHF RFID tag our team has ever seen, 2.5 by 2.5 by 0.3 millimeters.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
Okay, you guys heard that. A microscopic tag can be implanted into a person's body. And now I'm going to let you listen to this part here. This is what's in the bill. Talking about military. Why do you need a military in the healthcare bill? Maybe once people find out what's in the bill, they're going to start freaking out. So they have the military to back them up. So let's listen to this.
Military force. Let's take a look at that.
HealthCare now, and with the bill now a law, Fox News is asking what next. Today, a closer look at a little-known provision of the overhaul, one about which you may not have heard anything. The reform law calls for the creation of 6,000-person army, if you will, a sort of army of trained public healthcare professionals. With us now, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano.
The language is intentionally vague, and it's a little scary because of the military-sounding words used in the creation of this group.
Yeah, they ought to change those words.
Well, by referring to it as a reserve corps, and the training is the same as the regular corps, it gives you the impression that the president has the power to take over the National Guard from state governors.
Minimize downtime.
Now, under the Constitution, he can't do that, but a fair reading of this legislation would let him do it. Another way to read the legislation is these are healthcare professionals, but they're going to train with the military, meaning they would carry sidearms.
Oh, really?
And
would carry sidearms?
Well, if they're going to train with the military, that's what the military trains with. If you look on the debates on the floor of the Congress, there's nothing about this and many other clauses in this because members of Congress didn't have the time to read it.
Does it sound well-intentioned to you? I mean,
no, it doesn't sound well-intentioned to me because of the military language. If the government needs physicians, it has the ability to hire them. But putting them under the direct command of the president and saying you will train with the military is what is scary. Why do we need military-oriented physicians if the emergency is stateside?
To think something so small can...
There's going to be something in that new healthcare system that once people find out what's in there, they're going to not want to go along with it. We'll just take a look at just a few things that are actually in there. I've even cited the pages if you want to go check it out yourself. Pages 29, 30, and 42. It states that a government committee will not only ration your health care, just like Canada, but they will decide what treatments you are allowed to have and what your overall benefits are. You are not going to have a choice. They will. Let's continue on. Pages 272, 335 to 339. It rations the care of cancer patients and limits the treatment choices based upon the patient's health conditions. Listen, in other words, this will result in the oldest, weakest, and sickest patients being denied treatment simply because the statistics say that their success rate is poor. It's not worth the money because we need a better percentage rate of your success rate. Oh, and it gets even worse than that. Page 425, it mandates a, quote, advanced care planning consultation to encourage seniors who are poor in health to be more accepting of death rather than fighting to stay alive with their loved ones. And then it provides an approved list of end-of-life resources to guide seniors about the process of dying. In fact, listen, every 5 years in the bill, check it out yourself, every 5 years, people in Medicare will be forced to have a counseling session to tell them how to end their life sooner. It also recommends a method of death, the use of artificially administered nutrition and hydration. That wasn't on the news. Oh, but it gets even worse. Page 427, 429. It actually mandates a program for orders on the end of life, actually giving the government a say in how your life ends, and gives an advanced care planning consultant the power to order end-of-life plans for the patient. But I want to stay alive. I want to at least try to do that. It gives them the ability. I had to throw this one in there. Page 494 and 498. It allows the government to define mental illness and what services these people need to be treated with. Remember what we saw 6 weeks with persecution, one world religion? Who's the new mental terrorist on the planet? Maybe an evangelical, fundamental, right-wing Christian is mentally ill. That's actually what they're already starting to say. I wonder how we're going to get treated. Oh, okay, but it gets even worse. Pages 259, 261, 1006, and 1052. Depends on what bill you read, because they hop around. Listen to this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, what you're about to hear, tell me what you think this is talking about. To me, it sounds like an RFID chip, a medical device, just like what Joe Biden said. Can a microscopic tag be implanted into a person's body to track his every movement? There's actually discussion on that. And I have the other link for you guys to listen to after as well, after this. So here it is. I'm letting you guys listen to this, and this is not me saying it. This is coming from their own documents. Okay? So here it is. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this right here.
It talks about the Secretary establishing a national medical device registry database that is to be used in or on a patient, covering Class 3 devices or a Class 2 medical device that's implantable. Interesting. Now, the question is, what's a Class 2 medical device that's implantable? Well, some say it's just referring to devices like pacemakers. Others are saying there's also another device out there that's a Class 2 medical device. It's called the biochip that they're pushing for us all to receive, this implant, for medical purposes. The manufacturer actually admits it's called a Class 2 medical device. Let's take a look at that.
In medical news tonight, a chip the size of a grain of rice could save your life. 7th call with Dr. J. Adlersberg. Jay?
Sure, Diana, what happens if you're in a bad accident and can't communicate with emergency workers and doctors? New microchip technology now makes it possible for the emergency room staff to find out about your medical history at the touch of a computer key. In an emergency room, a split-second decision can mean the difference between life and death.
So many emergency physicians have to operate blind. We have to make medical decisions not knowing what medicines you take or what allergies you have.
Hi, Dr. Malaka. We're going to check your scan today, okay?
Harvard Dr. John Halamka says this radio frequency identification chip may solve that problem. He had it implanted in his right upper arm. A scanner reads an identification number. Those 16 digits are then entered into a secure website where his medical history is stored. EMT worker Brian Orsatti says the chip could help emergency workers.
One of the big things is if you ever have some type of trauma patient where they come in and they're unable to give you their information and or their medical history.
Anyone can get the chip, and while some patients may be concerned about privacy issues, Dr. Halamka says the benefits are clear.
I'm a rock climber, and I believe that if I fall off a cliff and you find me unconscious, the comfort of being able to scan me and figure out who I am outweighs my concern for privacy.
The procedure is done with anesthesia and is relatively pain-free.
Like putting a knitting needle under your skin.
But in this case, he says getting something under your skin is a good thing.
And it is certainly critical to the evolution of information technology in healthcare, which we all know is archaic, the way healthcare is done today in emergency rooms and physicians' offices. As you know, Verichip has been approved by the FDA as a Class 2 medical device.
Ah, a Class 2 medical device. Exactly what's in the bill. What does that tell you? Let me rewind that. Let me rewind this. Let's hear it again, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Let's listen to it from their own mouths. So stop saying that I don't have any facts, I don't have nothing, this and that. Listen to the people from themselves. And they're going to show you another clip after this about the year 2017, and then we're going to close with the health link. That's why people don't realize that I care about people, that I'm trying to warn them, and yet people just say crazy stuff. I'm not out there to make myself look like a fool. I would never say anything that's not true, okay? Everything that I say is true. It's all lining up with Bible prophecy. This is why I'm telling people. This was all laid out and all planned. This is why people that are in the government have been fighting against this thing. Because they know what's in it. They know what's in it. And many insiders have also said that, yeah, there's RFID chip coming to America. Even in the Pentagon documents. Like, anyways. Let's just listen to the guy again. A medical class device, which is the Vera chip, coming from their own mouth, exactly as we saw from the beginning. What's in the bill. Now let's listen to it again.
And or their medical history. Anyone can get the chip, and while some patients may be concerned about privacy issues, Dr. Alamka says the benefits are clear.
I'm a rock climber, and I believe that if I fall off a cliff and you find me unconscious, the comfort of being able to scan me and figure out who I am outweighs my concern for privacy.
The procedure is done with anesthesia and is relatively pain-free.
Like putting a knitting needle under your skin.
But in this case, he says getting something under your skin is a good thing.
And it is certainly critical to the evolution of information technology in healthcare, which we all know is archaic, the way healthcare is done today in emergency rooms and physicians' offices. As you know, VeriChip has been approved by the FDA as a Class 2 medical device.
A Class 2?
Right there.
Medical device.
From their own mouth.
I'm sure they're just talking about pacemakers.
Now let's go back to the bill and see what it says in the bill again. Okay, page is 250, 259, 261, 1006, 1052. Depends on which version of the bill it talks about. The Secretary establishment of a national medical device registry that is used or listen to that, is used or used in or on. So it can be used in or on a patient, covering a classic, look at that, classic medical device. And what do we just hear? Or a classic medical device that is implantable. It's a microchip, or another thing maybe, who knows what it is, the other thing. Maybe a biometric thing, or who knows. But anyways, so I showed you right there. Now, let's go to the year 2017. Let's see. The year 22017. This one's 2 minutes long, okay, people? Now listen to this. So don't be accusing me. This is from the Bilderberg documents. It's not a coincidence. Now you have the media, and yet the media is owned by Ted Turner, which is part of the Bilderbergs. He's the one that's pushing for a one-child policy, depopulation, all that. He's all part of a one-world government, all that stuff. And yet people are trying to say that I have no facts. Well, before you open your mouth, you better do your own research and see how far these people have advanced. These people have advanced so much. So they said in the Bilderberg documents, by the year 2017, they want to have everybody with a microchip, and it's not an accident. Now they're having the media promote it, getting people conditioned to accept this thing. So let's listen to the media right here. The year is 2017. Watch how they try to make it all sound nice. This is the propaganda that they're getting people conditioned, getting them to accept it, to enslave them. So let's listen to this, and then we're going to share the other one, and then we're closed. Here it goes. Okay, hold on. It's right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So let's listen. Here it is.
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today. The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. Today's facial recognition software starts with the eyes. Then, it maps out the contours of the face and compares that against a database of millions, a database that's growing by the day. What's next? At the University of Bath in England, researchers predict big changes for consumers.
I think it is possible to free us completely of our wallets and keys using biometric technology, if that's what people want in 10 years' time.
In fact, it's already here. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts. And at the Jewel Osco grocery store in Chicago, some customers pay using their fingerprints. No paper or plastic.
You don't really need anything other than your hand, and you already got that with you.
So will future department stores scan our irises, like in the movie Minority Report, then offer products catered to who we are?
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap.
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world. Tom Costello, NBC News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay, there's one. So that's the other video. Now we're going to go to this one right here. And then we're closing right after this. And know this, you guys have been warned. Don't be saying stuff to me that trying to put me down, saying I don't have facts, I don't have any of this stuff when I do, okay? You have been warned. Do your research, get informed, and stop living with your head stuck in the sand, living in your little Walt Disney World, thinking that nothing ever is going to happen. Do your research, get informed, get educated. You have been warned. Here's the video.
To think something so small can connect you to everything that matters.
When your life and all you love are on the line.
HealthLink is always with you when every second counts in the emergency room, providing immediate access to your medical records.
Because Bob has trouble remembering all his medications.
Because I'm in love with my kids' kids.
Because my car lost control while driving.
Because now I'm looking out for both of us.
Because I have diabetes, but it doesn't have me.
Because I spend my life in the ER trying to save yours.
So, that's what they're saying. Line up and take a chip. Something so small can connect you. So if you have a chip, you have all your medical information on there, you don't have to worry about nothing. Because it's all on you. You don't have to worry about cards, nothing anymore. Because it's in you. A small chip carries thousands of information all about you, will be linked into you, will be all on the computers. And yet people try to tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Do your research, get educated, get informed, and know this, you have been warned.